Hello everyone! My mic was off, I'm sorry, that was not supposed to happen. But yeah, as I said while I was muted, I decided to do a Golden Sun 1 all Djinn speedrun tutorial, mainly because I don't feel like doing speedruns at the moment, of Golden Sun at least. But I still want to contribute something to the Golden Sun speedrun community, and I mean, we have notes and we have lots of videos where you can learn from, but obviously those speedruns are just speedruns, and even though everyone in the community does a good job at explaining things, but obviously they only explain things when like stuff is asked in chat. So I thought to myself, like, why not make it easier for people who are interested in speedrunning Golden Sun, to make it easier for them. So I decided to do this right here. So a few things before we start. I decided to do all Djinn because it's not only the first category I ever ran of this game, but also just because, like, nowadays, like, people only do like any percent. But all Djinn is also a really good speedrun. It's fantastic. Sure, it has its down times here and there, but it's JRPG, so that's the thing. So okay, before we get started, as you see here, this is the file select screen, and there is already an existing file. Previously, before a certain point in the community, runs were always done on new game. But the thing about this is, like, the intro is like 39 minutes, and it's more or less useless because out of those 39 minutes, you have like gameplay of like, let's say 5 minutes at all. So the community itself came to an agreement. So let's fuck the intro, because there is nothing happening, and if you grind the intro just a tiny bit, you'll always get like around 39 minutes, leaving Veil. So we decided, okay, scrap the intro, and for like a total time, you're basically gonna like add 39 minutes to the end time. But like, obviously, like with speedrun.com, like every category is like no intro, except for like really old runs like Worcester's run from back in the day. That obviously is with intro. But yeah, that's why we already have an existing file. In this file, as seen, like, we're level 1. We have the starting 300 coins that you get, and no items collected at all, except for obviously the Mars Star, because it's like a quest item and you can't skip it. But if you're going to do runs, just set up a speedrun file. It doesn't matter if you like go for the 37 minutes in-game time, and at the 37 minutes in-game time here are not accurate, just because this speedrun file was done with a task. So like basically the task clears the intro in 36 minutes. It's 37 here because I, for myself, like changed some things. Because you have shortcuts to caster synergy, and Plexa always has move on L, and I don't know why. I don't know how he can play with that. I always have move on the R shortcut, so I had to change that and then saved again, and that put me to the 37 minutes. So that's it. Okay, I guess we can start. I also have to see if I still have, like, the turbo on, because, like, obviously, yeah, we have the turbo. That's all I wanted. So, basically, this is the start. At the start, you just... Where's my... Huh? Okay. Apparently my B button is not in there. Let me just input, configure controls. Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. Never mind. I fucked my controls. I have to use a different controller right now. So you just walk down to the Djinn, and keep talking and get the 2 minutes Djinn explanation. I'm just letting it play through like normally, so I can explain some things. In this game, there's 2 different kinds of RNG. There is the general random number, short GRN, and there's the battle random number, the BRN. The BRN changes with certain actions in the fight that you do and that your enemies do. And the BRN basically affects things like you're going to dodge an attack, you're putting the enemy to sleep, paralyze him, or whatever. It's also abused for later in the run, where we get the Assassin's Blade to one-shot enemies and bosses. And the general random number basically affects what party you get. Like enemy parties. Like, for example, if you hard reset, your GRN is always the same. Plus, the benefit of a hard reset is, if you're doing a hard reset, and then the first battle encounter you get is always an attacks first. And having attacks first basically means that you can safely, 100% secure, run away from the fight. This is abused in Venus Lighthouse too. Basically, after every encounter, you save and reset. I'm always used to like the thing. So we're gonna get a battle here soon. This one. I kind of skipped it, but it said like down there on the line with like this here, the announcement that I got attacks first. So it is 100% guaranteed that I can flee from this fight. Okay, just going down here. There is a lot to explain basically, and I don't really know where to start. I'm trying my best though to like give you guys an example of everything that I have, that I know of this game. Keep in mind that the notes I have are not up to date. They are, I don't know the stand of those nodes actually. But it doesn't matter, like to get into the speedrun, those nodes are completely fine. So, a thing about the text. Unlike Golden Sun 2, you can't just hold down B and the text just clears itself. So, if you want to get through text like as quickly as possible, so you're gonna hold down B so that the text more or less instantly appears, and then you're gonna mash A, and you can also mash the shoulder buttons L and R to advance the text further. This is technically a huge time save, just because, like, as seen with the file in the file select thing, you saw like 37 minutes, and I said it's 36 with the TAS, and 39 if you just play it fast as a human. So those 3 minutes difference is basically almost 100% just the mashing. If your mashing is on point, like seriously on point, you can save a lot of time. But also really important in this game is menuing, which I'm really bad at, but that's not to debate right here, and movement. Movement in some instances is really, really tight and really, really crucial. Because coming up soon-ish, there is Bilibin Town. You only go into Bilibin to buy a weapon for Garrett and get the Djinn that's in there, and then you're just gonna leave and never see Bilibin again. But to leave Bilibin on the way to Immel, there is no hard reset or soft reset either. So you just go through that whole section in one go, and to reach the Bilibin cave, you have to get one specific encounter. So your movement has to be really, really precise, because the GRN changes with moving objects. Like as you can see on the top, this dude moving around, that changes the GRN. And most of the time in the run, we are able to fully control the GRN. So we know what's happening, we know what fights we get, we know what we have to do. There are some rooms in the game that are what we call GRN hell rooms. Just because there's an object that is constantly in motion and constantly adds GRN, so we can't do anything there. There is one room in Colima Forest that has a swinging nut. That one basically fucks you over. There is one swinging nut in Colima Forest, but that one is not as shit because, like, your movement is so minimal that it basically cancels it out, and you're most of the time fine if you do it. And then there is also the water statues in Altmiller. No, not Altmiller, in Alton. Because they constantly, like, vomit their water out. A GRN always gets added permanently. So all the rooms with the statues in it are GRN hell rooms, and there's nothing you can do about it. Obviously, you could just, like, save and quit, but it's just not worth it. Water and sand does not count. The sand clouds that whirl up in Lamakan Desert, they do. But in Exuhala Desert, that's nothing. Like, that's not a GRN hell room. The sand waterfalls in Venus Lighthouse 2, they basically count as a GRN hell room, because they mess everything up. No, the waterfall... Oh, give me a second. Okay, sorry for that short distraction. Well, I can't cut that out because it's a live stream. And yeah, so that's basically it about for GRN hell rooms. And what I mentioned was soft and hard resets. Basically, a hard reset is, we're talking just Game Boy Advance SP right now, okay? Hard reset is Game Boy off, Game Boy on. That deletes the BRN, that deletes the GRN. And that way you're always guaranteed to have the same GRN after a hard reset. Hi Spatula, how's it going? And soft resets are basically just a soft reset. And the Game Boy Advance case, A-B start select, and then you get a soft reset. That basically, that keeps your BRN, which is used in some cases. And 100%, it's all Djinn. Like, I'm used to say 100%, but a lot of people bitched about it. Whatever. All Djinn. In all Djinn, as far as I know, there is one instance where you actually soft reset. And that's in all 10. Right before you get the Djinn. So. Yeah, lurking is fine, man. No worries. Okay. Enough explanation for now. Let's go a bit back to gameplay. Here in Vault, you just basically want to head up here. When you head up here, just go there. And this woman tends to like to block you. So just try to circle around here somehow. So you just want to go up here, then left up, and then just around her, and then go here to the mayor's house. Go to the left and pick up this nut. This nut is important. You're gonna need it later. I'll just tell you when it's needed. Everything's fine. And just go to the mayor's house. Oh my god. Go up to Ivan and talk to him. Basically just hold B, mash A, and L and R. We're just gonna do that right now. And then Ivan joins your party. Yeah, lurking is fine. Lurking is fine. No worries. So we have Ivan in our party now. He's just a guest now, but he will join later anyway. So then you just basically go down, hold down right, go down the stairs, go left, go down, go into the inn. Then just hold up left and left again. Oh my god, I'm just like kind of slipping onto my A button. It's kind of stupid, but this controller isn't the best anymore. So then you get the mint here. Sup, Legra? How's it going, man? You're gonna need this mint. This mint here. You're not gonna use it now. You're gonna use it later. No, Legra. This is just basically a beginner's guide, because I don't have updated strats on all Djinn anyway. But the strats that I have are completely fine for beginners. They're mostly easy to do if you know what you're doing. And if people decide they want to be better, they can just come into our Discord and ask for like better strats, or ask what they could do, or actually what would be the best case of them all. Just do research themselves and like try to figure out better strats. And that's why I stated like in the beginning, the notes I have are outdated because nobody ever did all Djinn after any percent got hyped up a lot. But yeah, enough of that. This mint is gonna be important. You need that for Ivan so that he can always outspeed Sodaras, which is really beneficial, and without it, you would probably have an even shittier time. Because Ivan is more or less the designated healer alongside Mia. Okay, then after you get them in, just go straight up. Yeah, Plexa did, but yeah. We're gonna talk about a lot of things here. Every now and then. Some White Shadow. Okay, then you just have like the thieves that you have to catch. They talk 3 times. They have 3 text boxes 1, 2, 3. Then they run away, and they just go down here. And they're talking about, like, doing the plan. I'm not doing a tutorial of MLS. I've not been into that category. Okay, then you just step up, and then they continue talking. 3 text boxes again, and then they start. Once the text box, the 3rd text box has cleared, you just want to move up with Isaac and then move to the left. Almost every time, Ivan goes down left along the wall, and you can catch one of the thieves around the 3rd bed. Most of the time. It's really, really rare, but Ivan can troll the shit out of you and just decides, oh hey, I'm just gonna go right again, or I'm just gonna go up, or whatever. And then, yeah, you're gonna have the sad time trying to catch the thieves. But mostly it works. Okay, let's just see. Hold up, go left, and there we go. And now Ivan's gonna just mind read and blah blah blah, and we get story stuff. So, what I have in my notes, well, okay, I don't have it in my notes, I just have it in, like, in my memory. You're gonna save here. And once you save, you're gonna do a hard reset. Like this. And then, what you want to do is a Sanctum War. I'm not sure anymore because it's been ages. Is it just hold start and A? Or is it L start and A? We're gonna see and find out. Okay, it's L. Holding L, start, and then press A. It's been, I'm sorry, it's been a bit since I did this. So, hold L, start, and then press A, then you're gonna have a Sanctum Orb, which is gonna be abused a lot. At this Sanctum Orb here, you wanna hold down left, because he's gonna move in a direction so that you cannot just hold down and leave the first time you're involved. So, we're gonna go back and do this again. Just gonna hold down left, because otherwise you run into him, and then down right, and then up here. So what you should have done in the intro is bind move to either R or L. That's just preference. I like to have it on R and retreat on L. We're gonna discuss why we're gonna have retreat on L a little bit later. But for now, we're just gonna do this. You go in here, talk to this guy, speed up a lot. We're gonna have the thieves. The thieves is an easy fight. That's why we did the hard reset. Note, there are updated strats. Those strats here are old, but they work, they're safe, and it's good to start with it. Because there is basically nothing that can go wrong if you do the inputs you should do. So, we're just gonna do this, go to summon Venus, do Flare, and then do Ray. Always on the middle, center bandit, focus. It's always a smoke bomb and 2 attacks. And who the 2 side thieves attack is random. Preferably you would have wanted to have Isaac and Garrett hit, so both are damaged and you can heal both of them a little bit later on. But both targeting Garrett is completely fine. So next round, round 2, you're just gonna attack the middle bandit, flare again, and another ray. Just keep holding down B throughout the fight, and everything's good. So after the first round, they only glare at you, and they're basically doing absolutely nothing at all. They're not damaging you and are no threat, basically. And the last turn is turn 3, which is just attack, attack, and another ray from Ivan. Garrett's gonna crit here, which is the part that helps you out, because the crit ensures that the bandit dies. Yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes here, so we're just gonna speed through everything right now. Ivan gets a staff and they leave. So, with the strats here shown in this video, what you can do here now is either you can just run for it and hope that you're good. If you just run for it and go straight to Goma Cave and get 2 encounters, you're still barely saving time. If you get 3 encounters and can run from all of them, you should be even with the hard reset. And it's down to your own judgment if you want to do that or not. But what you can do also is just hard reset, Sanctum Orb, and then just go out. That way you only get 1 encounter and it will be a single bat. You can decide if you want to. You can decide if you want to run for it or just take the save option and save and quit and Sanctum War. In this case, you probably want to Sanctum War because Garrett got hit twice. So it would be really risky to run for it now because Garrett's HP is not in a good spot. Obviously, it's judgment. If you want to risk it, you can risk it and try to save time, but mostly it's not worth it. If Garrett dies, you've wasted like 12 minutes. So you just want to reset, Sanctum War back, and if your movement is the same, you can also walk down right and then outside. Just hold back upright to go this way. And hug the mountain here, so that you're just a tiny bit through the forest. Going through the forest basically increases your step count, so you get encounters more quickly. Hence why you really want to avoid going through a forest. Except for some certain cases, which I will explain. So just go this way, all the way up here. Right about this lone tree here, you should expect the bat fight. There. You can just run from it, and then head straight up to the Goma Cave. You should not get an encounter anymore. You only get 1 encounter. If you get a second one, you've probably been too much in the forest. Just gonna solve the little puzzles here. Go up. And what do we see? Oh no, the cave is blocked. So here you're just gonna cast move with either L or R, depending on your choice, and then just basically mash B to cancel the move so that this text box appears. And then Ivan shows up and he's gonna join you, and then everyone's happy, and we're 3 people now, which is awesome. And then you're just gonna move the log out of the way. Whirlwind. Okay, after this whirlwind, you want to save and then reset. This ensures that the first 2 encounters you get, you can run from. Then just basically just hold up. Just hold up. Well, okay, that was stupid. I'm using the D-pad for movement because like the control stick doesn't work. So sometimes my movement can be a bit crap. So just hold up. Why? Huh? That does not make sense. Does it? I'm just holding up right now. And he's moving to the right for whatever reason. That's a bit strange right now. This is technical difficulties. I am sorry. Ah, okay, fine. Just hold up until you're at this point, then just left, down. That's not good. You should get this encounter like right as you step onto the stairs. I'm trying my best to show it so that it looks good. Movement in this game is pretty precise. I mean, it should still be fine. It does not matter at all. But ideally, you want to get it, like, about here. Just down the stairs, just hold right. You will get another encounter. But it's another attacks first, and you can run from it. No worries at all. Just head here. And when you're at this log, obviously you want to move it into position so that you can get the Djinn here. But we're not going through the whole dungeon, we're going to skip a lot of the dungeon. And for that we need to drain our PP to below 6. And we're doing it like this. We're just going to cast move to push the log. That was one wasted move, but it does not matter, luckily, because we need to waste PP anyway. And that's why you're going to cast move all the time to put it into position. After this, you probably want to heal up. Just because the next fight, it can happen that you get trolled. It's not guaranteed. But better heal up Garrett or Isaac and Garrett, depending on your thief fight. And then you're just gonna move like a little bit to the left. This one's this is fine. They mostly don't do anything, but you can get a skeleton knight, and he can full charge you, and he mostly will full charge you because you. If you get the skeleton knight, you're not gonna run on the first turn. He's gonna full charge you and damage 1. And then the second turn you can run. That's almost always the case. I've never seen it happen that you could not run from the skeleton knight to turn 2. Then you want to move here into this corner, and then you want to waste your PP. 7, 5. Now I have 5 PP, and we're gonna abuse the retreat glitch. So normally for retreat to work, you have to have 6 PP, and it sends you back into the first room of the dungeon. But for whatever reason, if you shortcut retreat to your shoulder button, it says use retreat failed, not enough PP. But for some reason it still works. The game now thinks that you are in the first room, and going through doors or save and quit has now a lot of different effects. So in this instance right here, you want to save and reset. Then you're just gonna load up the file again, and you're in a completely different room. Well, okay, basically it's the first room, but you're in a completely different position. This makes it a lot easier. You're just gonna hold down, go into the door, move down here. So you're gonna jump onto this pillar and jump from the pillar to the platform. Once you're in mid-air from the pillar to the platform where the Djinn is, just mash A. That guarantees you that you're not getting an encounter on the way out of Goma Cave. Because if you take one step, there is a chance, and the chance is not slim, that you will get an encounter. And this encounter could potentially fuck you over. But by not taking a step, you're not getting an encounter. It's guaranteed that you not get an encounter. So just like this, just don't move, just press A and start the fight. What you want to do here is Flint with Isaac, defend with Garrett, and Ray with Ivan. Basically, all the actions you do have a purpose. Defending with Garrett here alters the BRN, basically, in a way that's favorable to you, so that he does not fucking kill you off with his synergy. Because, like, Isaac and Garrett are level 2. They're weak as shit, and they just can't do anything, basically. So now on to turn 2. It's Summon Venus, Attack, and Ray. Now he's gonna, I think, Blast or Flare all 3 people, which is completely fine. Now Garrett's gonna attack, and the Mars Djinn doesn't have a turn left anymore. He's just gonna attack, and Ray with Ivan, and that kills him. There we go. Also some nice level ups. Regarding the level ups, Plexa has a spreadsheet where the levels are detailed up, and almost all level ups are control. Just to say that information. So after this, you're just gonna go move out. Basically, always hug the wall. Push it down. So, after moving the pillar or the log, whatever it is, it's kind of hard to judge. After this, you can get a fight if you would have taken a step before the Djinn fight. But since we did not take a step, everything should be fine. You're just gonna hold up and into this room. In here, for some reason, you can't get encounters, so you can just like freely move. Even if your movement is kind of messed up, you should not get an encounter. And then right into Bilibin. There's not much you want to do in Bilibin. You want to go into the shop, go to the weapons dude. Basically just go here, right once, A, left, and sell your bandit sword. That gives you just enough money so that you can buy the broadsword for Garrett. He needs it so that he actually does a little bit damage. Gearing up here is one of the only 2 occasions in this game where you actively buy gear. Or basically buy anything at all. And the only reason why we're buying this broadsword here is because we need it for Sadaros. So buy the broadsword, sell it, say no to the game ticket, because we don't need it. Go here, go up here. If you feel like it, you can get the herb in here. You don't need it, but if you feel like it, you can get it. Just for safety reasons, but there should not be a reason to go grab this herb in this pot. That's one of the reasons why we get the nut. So to not get this herb. I'm explaining exactly why we get the nut a little bit later once we actually reach Mercury Lighthouse. But that's still a bit further in. So after the shop, you're just gonna go up here and circle around so that you can reach the cave in order to get the Djinn. Right in front of here, what you want to do is a tiny bit of menuing. You want to swap those 2 Djinns. Do nothing else, just swap those 2. And then Whirlwind with Ivan. And go in here. Move just a second. Okay, that's just some random background noises. So Vegeta, how's it going? Okay, once you've gotten the Djinn, you're gonna save and reset. Okay. Before we do that, this next part is really, really tight. your movement's gotta be more or less perfect. There is so little room for errors. It can be tricky for newer runners to get this one, but it should not be too bad once you know the route that you have to take. Once you're outside of Bilibin, it should be fine if you're not messing up too badly. Yeah, I changed my name. So the movement is really tight inside Bilibin. Outside of Bilibin, it's a little bit less tight. It's still tight because you gotta move through the forest. And as I said earlier, like, going through the forest increases your step count towards the encounter. So it's really, really tight. You have like 2-3 steps to spare at the end, which is not much. Also, I haven't done this in a while, so I could and probably will fail it the first couple of times. After this, you're just gonna do a Sanctum Warp again. Immediately hold down, and once you leave the Sanctum, hold down left and left. So that Isaac goes down the stairs. It's best I just show. It's... oh, I should have probably... Sanctum Warp. Probably. So yeah. It's down. Down left. Left. Down. Down left. Past this guy. A little bit left and down. That's the movement. We're gonna go over this a little bit slower right now. So just down. Then you want to move down left till you're on the stairs. Then you're gonna just hold left until around this point. Then just down, and around this point, down left. So you just barely past this guy. And then hold down, but you can't hold down all the way because of this tree. So at like anywhere between here, you want to hold down left a little bit so you can actually move past this tree. The movement is really crucial because you need a really specific GRN for the strat to work, because you want a specific set of encounters on your way to Bilibin Cave. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Once you're outside, you can hold up left a little bit, about until here-ish, and then you're just gonna hold up. At this point, you wanna walk through the forest, but just a tiny bit. Like this, right? And then up here. And at the bridge, you want to get an encounter. And this is the encounter you want to get. 2 rat soldiers and 1 rat. At this point, I'm going to explain attack cancelling. So, basic attack cancelling is you select the target, select attack, and bomb. That's 1 attack instance, and attack cancelling basically is just go back once. That's 1 attack cancel. And what attack cancelling does is it advances the BRN. So if I don't do the attack cancel here and try to run away from the fight, the enemies don't let me. But if I do an attack cancel here, the enemies let me escape. And this is used throughout all the run to manipulate that we can run from fights, or that we can do certain actions just because it advances the BRN. So either we're gonna do some attack cancels in order to put the enemy asleep for Assassin's Blade to work, or for bosses to use certain actions, or main target specific characters with their attacks in order to not die. That's the reason why we're mostly attack canceling. Okay, let me make a save state here, actually. How is this done? It's Shift F1. Okay. Okay, we have a save state here, so we are able to run now. And I should probably put out the cigarette properly. There. We can run now. The movement here on the overworld is also really tight. You want to go up here. Once past the bridge, down here, and try to avoid the forest as much as possible. At this point here, you don't want to go down and circle around, because that would take too much steps. At exactly this point, up left, the forest is like really thin. So you just want to go through the forest, and then left. And right around this point here, you get this fight. So 2 skeletons and a ghost dude. And you can just run away from this one. So it's completely fine. So now, you either get it around here or right before you're at the bridge. Like this general area, you can expect to get the fight. If you get it earlier, you're fucked. You can just reset. You're just gonna go down here, left, and at this point, right, you're gonna see those holes in the forest. You want to move. Nah, I can hardly show it. You want to just move up left through the middle patch of grass to the forest towards the bridge. That just barely makes it that you not get an encounter before you reach the cave. If you get an encounter before the cave, you have to reset. Because the route is based on keeping your GRN and your BRN until you reach Immel. So you just want to hold up left. So you see Isaac's shadow while moving through the grass. You don't see his shadow when he's in the forest. Go up here. There. My movement was not good. That's why I got an encounter. You don't want to get an encounter. Okay, let's actually... Oh, actually I have... Good thing I have this. Like this. There. I got the encounter later now because my movement was better. And I did not take unnecessary steps. So this is almost ideal. I think you cannot... I don't think you can make it to the bridge, like onto the bridge and get the encounter. But I'm not entirely sure about that. You can expect to get the encounter like right before you hit the bridge. So just down here, go here, and then up left through this, and up here and into the cave. As you've seen, the movement is like really, really tight. And it takes a bit of practice to get it done. But this is like one of the only 2 instances, if I recall correctly, where your movement has to be really, really precise in order for the strats to work. And just to note that this strat is not old. This strat is still accurate, and unless you want to go slow, you kind of have to put up with this. But it's honestly, it's not too bad. Okay, here at Billiman Cave, just gonna hold up and go here, and use growth with Garrett. That's also part of the reason why we switched to Djinn. Then just go here, go this way, go down here, and up in here. Just hug the wall, go to the chest. Okay, here, because once you open the chest and the item appears and like it kind of pulsates, that generates GRN. And because we're manipulating all the encounters in this cave as well, basically because we can manipulate everything. We're gonna let the cutscene play. So check the chest and just let it play out until it disappears, and then everything's fine. And you're just gonna walk down here, around the corner, and then you get the double ooze fight. Here you just want to do one attack cancel, and then you can run. Just hug the corner, go this way up, and then shortly up this wall you get another fight. And this is one of the only few fights you're actually gonna fight random mob wise, just because of the experience, because we need the level ups. And yeah, Soldrus is hard. There, this fight you just want to go Jupiter, Mars, Ray. And the slime is gonna attack Isaac, but Isaac is gonna dodge. Everything works out really, really nicely. There. That kills off this enemy mob, and you're gonna get some levels. Just go up here, go through the cave. So here you get one other fight, and this fight also is one attack cancel to run away. About here, yeah. It's 1 AC, and run. Just hug the wall so that you do not get another encounter. Okay, once you're outside this cave, you have to take one step to do the following menu, but personally I like to move to this brown patch up here and then do the menu. It's just a preference, but you have to take at least one step. Because when you exit the cave and do not take a step, you have a different GRN than if you would take a step. For whatever reason, that's the case. Don't ask me why. You would have to ask Plexa, because he knows everything about this game. Or just join our Discord and ask if you have questions to background things, and for example, why the GRN changes after you've taken a step when coming out of the cave. So here at this menu, you want to go here, equip the Elven Rapier to Isaac, and then use the Mint on Ivan. This puts him to 50 agility right now. That's enough to outspeed Soldrus every time. This is why we got the Mint. This is why we need it. Right here, right now. It also has a nice side effect, because you like using the Mint also advances the GRN, which is useful for the fights you'll get around here. So, I'm just gonna hug this. You can just walk right through the forest. It does not matter. You'll get this fight here. It's a triple slime, and you have a choice here. If you feel like your movement is like ultimate top notch, you can do 3 attack cancels and just run for it. But I would advise you to not do that. Just do 1 attack cancel and take the second fight upcoming to Immel. It is possible to make it to Immel after this fight and not get another encounter, but I would not push it. I would not do it. I don't think I've ever gotten it. So just go for 1 attack cancel, and then run. Go down here, and at this point, right here you're gonna go up left and hug the coast, so that you just go through the forest a tiny bit. It does not matter too much because you only get 1 encounter and you can run from it. But just like go this, you can see the shadow of Isaac. And like seeing Isaac's shadow basically means you're not in the forest. Just go through here, and at this point just hold up right. And right before Immel, you're gonna get this fight. The gnome and the mauler. But since we manipulated the 3 slimes with 1 AC instead of 3, we can just run from it. And then we're now in Immel. You here just want to go up here and go to the top left grave. They're kind of infamous because it's kind of hard to get the lucky medal from it. It kind of can take a couple of tries sometimes. But there, as far as I know, there is a method to like always get it. But what I usually do is just like go here, go up left, up here, just hold down more or less into the middle of it, and then press A and you get it. Then you want to go into the Sanctum, talk with this girl, just mash B, and go outside again. That triggers Mia to be in the house of the elderly couple. And that triggers like the flag of the whole cutscene and Mercury Lighthouse thing. But before we're gonna do that, we're gonna head up here to this snowman. So, for a long time, we pushed it down because we did not know any better. But a couple of years ago, a Japanese TAS was released. The TAS is by no means optimal, but it showcased like this, for example. If you move this snowman and immediately cancel out, the snowman glitches, loses his hat, and the game thinks you push the snowman down even if it's up there. So it just saves like a tiny amount of time, but like every time save is worth it. So just move and cancel out the move. Then it glitches the snowman, and it acts as if it would have been pushed down. So then just go back here. And there. See, the game thinks like now that you push the snowman down so you can enter the cave. Fun fact, if you go into the cave, get the Djinn, mash as quickly as possible to clear the text boxes and immediately go out before the Djinn get jingle fades out. You're gonna hear the Immel theme basically normally, but the bass line is missing. It's another interesting glitch that has no use at all. But if you're watching this video, you're interested in the game, and like this. Now the baseline is missing. So what you can do here is you can basically change directions while you're in the sliding animation. So you're gonna come down here and yeah, basically change your directions. That was kind of stupid what I did. So down here, just this, and in here we go. There is Mia, she's gonna talk about things, blah blah blah, healing the old man. After this cutscene, just go up here and grab the bottle. We are gonna need that. And then it's Mercury Lighthouse time. Also, a tiny bit of information. Be careful when mashing with L and R. I personally would only mash with the shoulder button where retreat is not hotkeyed, because it can fuck you over. It happens to everyone. If you're just like wildly mashing your buttons to get quickly through the text, and you're somewhere deep in a dungeon or something, and you do not want to retreat, but you're like mashing through it and then retreat, it kind of sucks, especially here. I mean, sure, you're like not far away from the start, but if you use retreat here, you're gonna lose 6 PP, and you're gonna need those PP. You need them. Trust me, you don't want to retreat accidentally and like do parts of dungeons again. It's not worth it. Just mash with the shoulder button that does not have retreat on it. Here you're just gonna help me do this. Blah blah blah. Okay. At this point, what you want to do is you want to swap Djinns normally. Normally being by element. Then you swap Flint and Gust, stand by Gust, and stand by Flint, because you don't need that. You just need those you need, and those you need on standby. And you're gonna heal up with Isaac. So he has exactly 13 PP now. That's always the case. Then you just go in here, and you're gonna fight the lizard fighter. This is a quite specific setup. Just for information purposes and reasoning, a lot of actions that we do regarding Isaac and healing and Djinn swapping and Djinn equip and Djinn unequip basically is for PP management purposes. I'll show you. Okay, I'm gonna fight this guy. We're gonna use Earthquake, Fever, and Ray. He's gonna attack someone, but it does not matter. Ivan's gonna survive that. And here we get an instance of Rainbow Kill. If you're killing an enemy with their elemental weakness in Djinn form, you get what is called a Rainbow Kill. A Rainbow Kill increases the drop rate of items, but it also gives you more experience points and more money. So you want to make sure you get the Rainbow Kill on almost every boss and sub-enemy, just so that you get the experience points. It's all routed out pretty nicely so that you get the Rainbow Kills where it matters, and the overall party level affects what kind of enemy encounters you get. For example, I had a run where I did not notice that I didn't get the Rainbow Kill on Killer Ape, which did not affect the run at all up until a specific point. Basically, on the way to Alt Miller, I noticed something was off because I was getting the wrong encounters. Because the encounters are based on your average party level, and if one person is missing a level, that makes a lot of difference. Also, like in my ESA race, I did not get the Rainbow Kill on Killer Ape, and I noticed that really late in the run in Suhala Desert, because I did not get the encounters I should get. Because the nice thing about this game is, if you do the same things, you always get the same outcome, which is really nice for speedrunning and routing purposes. Okay, enough with that explanation. Back to Mercury Lighthouse. I'm just gonna make another save state, like right here. So after this fight, you want to move into this corner right here. What you want to do is set Djinn, set Fever, unset Forge, set Flint, double set Gust. As you've seen, Isaac had 6 PP. He had 6 PP after the fight because we used Earthquake, and Earthquake cost 7 PP, and he had 13. But now, he only has 5. That's just like the status and class upgrade you get with Djinns, and if you do this, you can make PP to drop by like 1 or 2 points. So the only reason why you set Flint here is because you don't want to waste any more PP with Isaac because you need it to retreat normally later. That's why you just do this, go here, and heal Ivan with Ivan. Then you're just gonna retreat. Save. And do a hard reset. Okay. So once you've loaded this file, you want to go back into it, stand by Flint, and set Gust so that the Djinn menu looks like this. Gust set on Isaac, Fever set on Garrett, Forge on standby, Flint on standby. This is what you want. So after this, you want to do another save. So you can do a save here, but you can also copy your file. That has the same effect on the GRN because it advances it by 1. So it doesn't matter. Like, copying the file just saves a tiny bit of time. It's not really worth it. It does not really matter for this right here. What only matters is that you either save or copy your file. After this is done, you just want to hold up right, because as you see now, you're out of bounds and you cannot see Isaac right now. So you have to like kind of know where you are in out of bounds to reach specific doors to get back into the dungeon and into normal view. And here you just want to hold up right like this, and then you're in this section of the game. Just hug the wall and go through here, up right towards this waterfall. And in front of this waterfall, you just kind of want to like wiggle left, right until you get this fight. This fight is really important. This is the second fight. You fight on purpose. Not so much for the XP, but they actually drop crystal powder, which is needed to fight Sardaros. Also, after this, after the retreat warp, and after the save, you're not going to reset anymore. So because we want to carry over the BRN, which we get from this fight and from the Djinn fight, over to the Sardaros fight. Because Sardaros is a pattern-based boss, so he always follows the same attack schedule, basically, like this attack, this attack, this attack, this attack, blah blah blah. He has how do I put this? He has like each cycle of Sardaros has 8 attacks, but because the top of Mercury Lighthouse is a GRN Hell Room, we're kind of fucked. The only thing we can do is manipulate Sardaros with the BRN, since we don't have access to manipulate GRN, so that we can control who he's targeting, or that we can dodge or whatever. That's why we're using the BRN from the Siren fight and the Djinn fight that's coming up to set his the pattern he's in at attack 1 of the whole cycle. That means you have 8 turns until Eruption goes off, and Eruption is his most deadly attack. You're not gonna survive it. I mean, you're gonna survive it, but someone always dies, basically. You don't want to get Eruption off. And with this, we ensure that Eruption doesn't go off. We kill him before he does an action. Okay, now onto this fight. It is pretty easy. You're gonna use Gust on the left one. Then you're gonna use Fire onto the middle one, and then you're gonna use Ray also on the left one. That ensures that that Siren 1 dies. And since we did a hard reset, we're gonna have attacks first. That means they're not going to act in the first turn. Basically a free kill on the first Siren. Like this. This is now turn 2. In turn 2, you want to do 2 attack cancels in order to not get killed by them. Basically. So, select Siren 2. Select Siren 2 again. Then it's Ivan's turn. Just press B twice to go back to Isaac. And this is why you wanted to have one Mars Djinn on standby. Because you're going to summon that one on this one. Gonna use Fever on Siren 3 and Ray on Siren 2. So the combination of summoning Mars and Ray focused on Siren 2 killed Siren 2 off. Because Siren 3 is on the side and like the damage goes like gradually down the further away it is from the center of the target. Siren 3 doesn't die, but it's low enough that Fever can kill it, and you get a rainbow kill, and this ensures that we get the crystal powder that we need for the Satros fight. So it's Froth twice, now Garrett and Ivan. If you do not do the 2 attack cancels, Isaac dies, basically. There, the rainbow kill. And as we see after level ups, here we got the crystal powder. This is what we need. This is really important. This right here. Be careful what you do here. Okay, go into the Djinn menu, hold R, and then press select to set all the Djinns. Go to Ivan, and don't just mash A, because if you cast Growth, your GRN is fucked and the stuff doesn't work. Just be a bit careful here and take it a little bit slow so that you actually select Cure. Heal everyone once. That's enough. So, you want to be right in front of this waterfall because you do not want to take a step before entering the waterfall, because if you take a step, your GRN is fucked. That's just how it is. Just hold up, go into the waterfall, approach the Djinn, and fight it. So, for this fight, you want to do 2 attack cancels in the first turn. Go back, use Gust, Fire, and then Bolt. Because we did the 2 attack cancels, he's not gonna target Isaac. Because like, if he targets Isaac now, he would die. He's gonna target Garrett instead. In this turn, it's just normal attack, Fever for the extra bonus XP, and Flash Bolt. If you use Flash, you're not gonna do enough damage, and he doesn't die. So use Flash Bolt, and you should be fine. There, he's gonna attack Garrett for 45. Isaac would have died. Okay. Under normal circumstances, you should always have at least 6 PP. If you don't, you can always set Gust to get more PP. Because you don't want to move around here and risk getting another fight. After the Djinn fight, just use Retreat to go back to the start of Mercury Lighthouse. Then just go right or left, it doesn't matter. And now we're going to actually progress with the lights out with this lighthouse. Left or right, again, it does not matter. I personally always go left. And then up here. And into this. You can't get an encounter in this room. So, You have exactly 2 PP now at this point, which is just enough to cast move and get Mia to join your party. I'm just gonna like do things. Okay. Another small menu here. Just go first into Synergy, to Mia, and heal Isaac and Garrett. You're gonna need that. Then, you're gonna give Gust to her, set Gust with R. Give Fizz to him, to Isaac. Give both Djinn, Mars Djinn to Ivan. Flint on Garrett, and also Sleep on Garrett. Those are going to be in standby. So all Mercury Djinn on standby, and all Venus Djinn on standby. The rest should be set. So this is how everything should look like. Then you want to go into the item menu. Press left once. Give the crystal powder to Garrett. Then the nut. Gonna give the nut to Ivan, and also all of your herbs to Ivan. So Ivan has 5 herbs and a nut. Okay, we're gonna do another save state here. Then, after the menu is done, just fail to use retreat and go this way. So, if we go, this is now the first instance of a retreat door. Because the game thinks now we're in the first room, and accessing this door makes strange things happen. So once I go into this door, we're on top of the lighthouse, without the cutscene and everything else. Get the Synergy Stone to fully recover, and go here. So, because we did not see the Mercury Lighthouse lighting up cutscene, this cutscene right now is kind of messed up. It just looks weird. It does not have any other properties than that. So yeah, Jenna's face is not going away. Text boxes stay. There, Jenna's face twice. More text boxes stay. Okay, now we're onto the Sadras fight. This fight, if you follow the notes, there should not be anything that goes wrong. Okay? I'm gonna scroll down my notes just a little bit. First turn. You want to summon Venus. You want to summon Mars. Notice we don't have Mars on standby right now, so we technically could not summon it. With Ivan, you want to do Fever. This drops his agility, which does not matter, but it drops his HP, which does matter. But everything is fine. Everything is completely fine. Fever on him, and summon Narade. So who he attacks is completely random. But he always has the same thing. Attack, Heat Flash, and I don't know the pattern like on top of my head, but he always follows a set schedule, basically. So, second turn, Spire. Now you want to use your Crystal Powder. Okay. Garrett took 45 damage, and herbs heal 50 HP. So this fully heals Garrett. Means you don't need to heal with Mia as well. You can just use Prism to deal tons of damage to him, basically. Now, in this turn, he's gonna Heat Flash. There. And this is why the nut is important. And I'm gonna tell you why. Just because Ivan did not have Fever set on him, his class changed, and obviously his Mars resistance changed. That's why he's taking more damage right now. And a herb does not fully heal him. Same goes with Isaac and probably Mia. And you want to be topped off because next, although this turn right now, he's gonna use a Fireball. And the thing about Fireball is it either targets 3 people or it targets 4 people. And there would be a chance to die for Ivan in this case right now. If we heal him with Herb, because if he gets targeted by the Fireball, he would die. That's why we want to fully heal him. Okay. In this turn, it is important what you target with Fizz. In this turn, you want to target Ivan. You're gonna target Ivan. You're gonna use Sleep. You're gonna use the Nut. And you're gonna use another Prism. So, the reason why we got the Nut here is so Mia could use Prism before we got the Nut. There, 3 people. Before we got the Nut, Mia needed to heal right here. Okay. Here it is a little bit tricky, because you have to base your actions on how many people get hit by Fireball. In this case, it hit 3 people. So, let me actually show you. This is, I know this looks like crap, but that's just how I have to do it right now. This right here. Just gonna use this right now. Okay. So, I'm gonna show you like right here. Those are the notes for Sadros, and as you see right here, the turn we just did was Fizz, Sleet, Herb, Herb, which is not true because it's Fizz, Sleet, Nut, Prism. Just pay attention to what I did, and then everything's fine. Those notes here are old. I did not change it at all. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, as you see here, it's Cure, XXX, YYY, Narrate. The actions that Garrett and Ivan do are based on how many people get hit. Here you see down below, hits 3 people. X means death, Y means Herb. Hits 4 people, X means Herb, and Y means defend. But also, second Fireball, because he's gonna do another Fireball, Garrett has to use Herb if it targets all 4 people. It kind of sounds confusing, but it does make sense. And Cure the lowest person, Herb one of the other 2. That's basically it. So since we since Fireball hit 3 people instead of 4, we're gonna cure. We're gonna cure Mia because she is the lowest HP one. And luckily enough, we targeted Ivan. Ivan always gets hit. That's why you target Ivan with Fizz in turn 3, so he gets fully healed and you don't have to waste a lot of turns or risk to die. So defend with him and use a Herb on Garrett and Narrate with Mia. And then we're gonna see a second Fireball, which can also hit 3 or 4 people. Well, after this turn, it's attack, Heat Flash, Fireball, attack, another Fireball. So this turn, he's gonna do a Fireball. And what you want to do for this scenario right now is Cure on Garrett, right? Herb on Ivan. So what you can do here, the notes say defend, but you don't need to defend actually. What you can do here, because it does not affect anything, you can use Slash on Sadros. You don't need to, but you can. Because if the damage rolls are nice, you can finish him off a little bit quicker in the last turn. So I'm just going to use Slash now and Prism. And it targets 4 people. Cure Garrett, heal Ivan. So in this turn, you cannot attack with Mia. You need to heal. And you want to use Fizz with Isaac here. Whatever you do, it does not matter who you select to heal. I personally go most of the time with Mia, just because. But whatever you do, do not target Ivan, because this messes with the BRN. Because technically speaking, Ivan is weak to Mercury, and if I target anyone else, it advances the BRN by 3. So Mia is 3, Garrett is 3, and Isaac is 3. But if I target Ivan, it advances it by 4. That makes a lot of difference, and it comes in handy later on at some point, if I recall correct. I'm not entirely sure, but I figured that out at some point, and Plexa messed around with it, and this and that. So just whatever you do, don't use Fizz the second time on Ivan. Just take Mia. Just take Mia. It's fine. Sleep, Herb, Isaac, and you have to use Herb with Mia here. So heal up those who don't have full HP, which are gonna be Isaac and Mia. Unless he targets 3 people, then Mia does not need to heal. If you only have one person to heal up, let's say Isaac or Mia, you can use Prism, and you probably should. Ivan is fine. He will not die even if he gets targeted. He will not die. So just heal her, and everything's okay. So obviously it is a little bit of RNG, but it's not too much. So you will win this fight with this strat every time if you don't do your inputs wrong. So this fight is safe if you don't mess up. So turn 7, you want to use Spire, you want to use Flint. You obviously want to heal up Ivan. 69 HP is enough so that Ivan does not die if he gets targeted. And summon the raid. Subwind bro, how's it going? And now it doesn't matter what he does because he's definitely dead. Just defend with Isaac and Garrett. Summon Venus just for summoning Venus here is for safety. Mostly he dies with Prism from Mia, but just in case he does not die, which can happen if your damage rolls are rather low over the course of the fight, then you just have Venus as your safety net. He died here because I used Slash. It could have happened that he would have not died, but you don't want to take the gamble, so you want to just use Venus with Ivan to be on the safe side. So that's it for the Sadras fight. Oh yeah, we can just skip through this because it doesn't matter. There's a lot of cutscenes. Regarding the yes and no questions, mostly you just want to go with no. But it actually does not matter. It only matters in this category for one decision, and that's the Bunza decision, but that's way into the future. So take hold? Rainbow Kill on Sadras? No. No. Sadras is hard enough. Just because you're severely under level. Okay, once you exit Mercury Lighthouse, don't forget to go here. Don't press A, you can just press select and immediately open up the menu to skip the text box, like saying, blah blah blah. What does it say? The fountain is flowing with water. You can skip that by just pressing select and open up the menu directly. Fill the empty bottle. And just leave. Once you're outside, you can just take a step if you want. Save. And then do a hard reset. Now, it's back to Bilibin Cave. And the order is basically just run from the first fight, which is gonna be a gnome dude around here. You don't have to bother with healing, just run for it. And around once we reach the start of the forest, we're gonna have another fight, which is gonna be, I think, a Mauler and 2 gnomes. 3 gnomes, actually. Here you want to do 1 attack cancel and run. And then just hug the wall, go into the cave, hug the wall again. As long as they have decent movement, you get a fight around here, which is another 1 attack cancel and run. Hold down left a little bit. And just hold down, you get another fight. A single zombie cannibal dude. That's a ghoul. This one is 2 attack cancels. And then run. If your movement was not good enough, you will get another fight right before leaving the cave. In almost all cases, if you get an encounter right before you leave the cave, you can run from it. And even if you cannot, you should not be at risk of dying. But just make sure that you just get the pathing done, and nothing bad will ever happen. Then just leave this area. And once you're outside, you want to give sleep to Isaac so that he gets a class upgrade. And you can learn a void. This is the only time in the entire run where you can use a void and it actually does something. So now you can just freely run back without having to worry about getting encounters, because at this point now, for this area, you're over leveled. That's why you don't get encounters. So just go along this way to the Bilibin barricade. Move the box. Ignore the tree. Go this way. Okay, if your movement is somewhat decent, your avoid will not go out once you go into Coloma Forest. You just you have barely like a couple of steps to have avoid still active. And then you just go through this cutscene, which is gonna take a while. Just always answer yes, because answering no here has a little bit longer text boxes. Okay. Right after this cutscene, just go into the menu and use avoid again. Okay, Okay, we're gonna go... I'm gonna scroll my notes a little bit. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, then just exit. Go down right. And then right into Coloma. Go down right, go here. Into the back of the building. And luckily, Avoid still works here. So you don't get encounters on the way to the Djinn. Go grab Granite, and Granite is really, really, really important. Not as important as Flash, but Granite is still important. After getting the Djinn, save and do another hard reset. And Sanctum War, and then just basically like hold down left a little bit, and then hold left, so that you can immediately exit. Avoid does not work in Colma Forest because you're not... your level is not high enough. And we're just YOLOing this one. Isaac should be fine with 54. If you don't feel safe, you can heal up with Isaac. Right now. Everyone's full health. At this point, you really want to drain your PP because you have to use some retreat orbs later on. So this is one of the RNG hell rooms. We're gonna go over here. Avoid wears off, which doesn't matter. The first fight you can always run, and because of this this room is an RNG hell room. You mostly get your first encounter around here. It's not guaranteed where you get it, but mostly around here. From the first fight you can always run, as I previously said, because attacks first. But from all the other encounters you cannot run first try. Well, at least it's not guaranteed. And we can't control what kind of encounters we actually get. So just solve the puzzle and go over to the other side. There is another encounter. This is actually fine, although it's not good that they attacked Ivan twice, because you kind of want to be damaged anyway, so you can heal back up. So this was actually somewhat decent in regards of being attacked. And you just want to go here and hit the switch. And solve this puzzle. You don't have to worry about the fur coat. There is a way you can get the fur coat without doing this puzzle to actually get it. You just want to go up here, push this log here, go down and this way to save some frames, because movement pathing. And then activate the switch again. So just a minor side information. You can get the fur coat here if you wedge yourself into this. Just trying to show it. It's like I don't know how or why it works and what position you have to have. It's really finicky, but you can trigger this chest from here. It might take a while. But I figure I'd just show it off for no reason at all. As I said, I don't know how or why it works. Chests in Golden Sun are kind of wonky. As you can see, like, if you pay close attention to, like, where Isaac stands, you can wedge yourself more into this edge then you should be able to. And I think that is what triggers the chest to open. Wow, it takes a while, dude. There! This is the position. For whatever reason, this works with a couple of tries, and then you can check the chest and get the fur coat. But you don't need the fur coat anyways. I'm just gonna drop it again. This was just to showcase that it is possible. Oh my god, dude. Oh right, I probably should like actually go over the puzzle into Tret. Okay. Just go into Tret. You're gonna have a lot of PP overall. So once you're kind of basically full again. But this is good that the encounter before damaged all of the entire party. So what I usually do is I just enter Tret and immediately retreat once. One retreat is fine, but consecutive retreats are slower. So just go up here. And go this way. Once you're past this, stand by both of the Mercury Djinn and heal up everyone with Isaac. Because you're gonna get another encounter. That was a little bit early, that was kind of stupid. So you kind of hope to get attack, but if it's a single spider, they're mostly gonna do fucking spider webs. So this is the point where you want to be. If you get an encounter like a lot before, just stand here, wiggle around until you get an encounter. If the encounter rate just doesn't work out, you kind of have to do it because you have to have a lot of steps in your pool to actually reach the Djinn. I'm just gonna run away. Obviously, you can just run away. They never attack you so that you can heal. So at this point, you kind of want to spam move. What you can also do is just trade the Djinns and spam growth. Sup, Crispy Messiah? How's it going? Just because growth costs 4 PP instead of move that costs 2. So I'm at 5. I'm gonna switch over to Djinns again. So this is fine as it is. Then you want to do retreat and save warp again. And reset. So, now I'm out of bounds, and obviously I don't know where I am at. For this, you want to hold to move right a little bit, and then just hold down left, just like, I don't know, 1 second, if at all, to the right, and then just hold down left, like this. And then you see the screen shifting towards the down left, and then you will enter the door and come out here. So that's completely fine. Just hold right, roughly a second. Not much more, and then just hold down left and you're good. Then go here, go up the vines, make your way to the Djinn, and you want to stand like right at this branch. So you can, at this range you can talk with the Djinn. It also is the retreat position that you need. So right here, it's just attack, flare wall, summon Ramses, and summon a raid. And the Djinn doesn't do an action because it's the first fight. So everything's nice and easy. So as you noticed, Isaac has 8 PP again. Don't bother with your Djinns, just cast move twice, and then enter retreat mode again. Retreat mode again. Save and quit. And reload the file. So, now we are back inside Tread the Tree. If you watch it closely, you see this like faint pulsating glow. It pulsates like really slowly, but that changes the GRN, and that could potentially mess you up a little bit. So once you go into the file, just hold up. Just hold up all the way until you get a fight with 2 spiders. Or 1 spider. It doesn't matter if it's 1 or 2. Just run away from the fight, then immediately go into your Djinn menu. Stand by all the Djinn. Swap those around so that Mars Djinns are on Isaac. And then what you want to do is set and unset Forge. That's called double tap, basically. This just makes sure that the first Djinn to recover for Isaac is Fever, so we can attack with Fever and get the rainbow kill on Tread. This is really important. So after this, you want to hold up again until you hit the spikes, and then once you hit the spikes, the screen flashes red, and at this point you immediately want to stop, and then just hold up left, and you will reach Tread at some point. You will see. Stop right there. Just hold up left. Okay, I ballsed it up because it took too long. Because of like the pulsating glow. That's one of the things that can happen. Or if you go too far up. So we're gonna do it correctly now. Fast as you should probably go. That's not good. That's a problem with this gamepad, actually. I noticed, like, when I hold up before I load the file, he goes like upright for whatever weird reason. There, double spider, just run. Djinn menu. Do this, stand by, double tap, go up left, and there's Tread. He just sits somewhere out of bounds and you can reach him, and then you will trigger the fight. Okay, the first is just basically Summon Rush. It's Ramses, Kirin, Atlanta, and Raid. What's really interesting about this is the spikes, obviously, as seen, they damage you just a tiny bit. But the fact that they damage you works out incredibly nicely for the upcoming segment, because you just recover enough PP so that you can heal everyone, and then you can straight go into retreat mode again, but that's a little bit later. Okay, turn 2. This one is where it's important. It's attack, flare wall, ray, and ice. Oh yeah, oh my god, I was just like, huh? Did I mess up? I just read my notes wrong. It's ice. There we go. So depending on what Tread does here... This. Okay, this is fine. So, Tread has basically 3 options on turn 2. If he attacks, it's fine. If he thorns, it's also fine. But you have to differentiate. If he attacks, you can just go with the notes as planned. It's Fever, Defend, Defend, Plasma. If he thorns and hits 2 people, it's also Fever, Defend, Defend, Plasma. But if Threat hits 3 people, you need to attack with Ivan to get enough damage in to get your rainbow kill. So since he only used attack, by the way, in most of the cases he will use attack. If you see a thorn by him, it's really rare. So you're mostly going to see just attack. If you see thorn, pay attention if it hits 2 or 3 people. So it's Fever, Defend, Defend, and Plasma. This will kill him. There. Wonderful rainbow kill. Yeah, we're just gonna blah blah blah. He's dying. It's okay. I'm gonna use retreat. Just hold down left, right? Well, down and then down left. So that you just, like, kind of immediately go this way. Select again, and the Hermes Water. And this is a long cutscene. Which we are going to skip, obviously. Okay, after the cutscene's done, you don't have enough PP to retreat anymore, so you just want to save warp. And Sanctum Orb. So for this Sanctum Orb is actually kind of precise because you want to get out of Kolima as fast as you can to get the correct seed for the monsters. So what you want to do is hold up right just a tiny bit to escape the Grandma because she's in your way and tries to block you. So up right, and then just here, down here, and as fast out as you can get. And then just hug the edge of the river. And once you actually enter the forest down here, you will get an encounter. It's this. It's the ghost and the bat. You want to get this encounter. Here, obviously, you could just immediately run because it's attacks first, but you want to do 1 attack cancel because this sets up the next fight. This 1 attack cancel makes sure that you get a triple slime encounter right before Fushin Temple, and the manipulation makes it so that you can just run from them without anything else. Otherwise, this segment would be a bit more annoying. So about where the green patch is at the forest, you will get the slime encounter. Well, okay, about this way. It doesn't matter where you get it as long as you get it. And then you can just go into Fushin Temple. Don't waste too many steps, because if you waste too many steps in here, you could get an encounter in the cave, and you don't want that, because it wastes time and it could potentially ruin your day. Take a few steps towards him like this. Press select so you don't talk with him, and use Mind Read. Just say yes to him. Then he says, yeah, now go I, and blah blah blah. You will take the quest. And he's done. Go down again. And talk with this guy. So, if you jump from here and press A, you can't talk. Oh wow, you actually can talk to him. Mostly you can't, and then you have to take a tiny step forward, because his talking range is kind of weird sometimes for whatever reason. Mostly you can't talk to him. Apparently I did take a small step here. Just go this way. Do the puzzle jumping thing. and make sure to hug the wall. Go up here, hug the wall again, and go through here. In the previous room, you can get an encounter if you messed up, basically. So you're just gonna go here, stand by all the Djinn, heal up with everyone, and oh! How wonderful! Sub 6 PP. Perfect. What you want to do here is you want to set Fever again, because you need the damage, otherwise it would not work out with the upcoming Djinn fight. Just go into retreat mode, go this path, go through here, and you're in the Djinn room. This is rather easy, because it basically is just Fever, Kirin. Don't make the mistake and select Atlanta, because it will not do enough damage. You need Ramses and Narrate. If you're too fast and accidentally select Atlanta, yeah, it's kind of bad. But if you make a mistake and notice it, just go back, because an attack cancel here doesn't hurt you at all, because you will do a hard reset soon anyway. And that's it for Zephyr. One of the best Jupiter Djinn in this game we have. Okay. Right now, you have exactly 6 PP. It's also kind of rounded out. If you do not have 6 PP, for whatever reason, just set Zephyr and then you have enough PP. But you should have exactly 6 PP at this point anyway, or even more, which is perfectly fine. So this is the first stretch. I'm gonna end this right here. I'm gonna make a save state so we actually have this and can continue at the next time, which will probably be tomorrow. If you're watching this video, probably everything will be done, maybe, I don't know. So that's it for today. I'm gonna do this like more or less like segmented, just to have like not a huge gigantic video of strats, because this is 2 hours in, and in the run you're, I don't know, what's the Zephyr time, like 40 somewhat minutes in. Like Killer Ape is a sub 1 split mostly, if you're decent and you're good. So this is not even an hour in, and we're doing this for 2 hours already now. Yeah, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, because I just want to make a proper, more or less proper guide for people who want to learn Golden Sun. Just because it is a fantastic game in general, but it also is a fantastic speed game. It's technical. The menus can be insanely fast. There's a lot to do. You can mess around a lot with strats. Because if you don't like a strat that's around, you can just see if you can find a strat that's equally fast or even faster that suits you better. It's just how it is. So yeah, that's it for me now. That's the wrong one. So thank you all for watching. I will be back probably tomorrow, not entirely sure. We will just see. So we are going to host my good friend Sid